All right, we're back with another video. We're gonna do a top 5, but it's gonna be me and my son doing the top 5. It's his top 5 picks and my top 5 picks, and the different. We're not using the same belts. We want to make sure that there was 10 different belts that we showed. He's not
Wrestling inclined.
Yeah, he's not a big wrestling fan. He likes the belts and stuff, but so he don't have the nostalgia in it that I do. So I'm gonna start. My number 5 pick is the original ECW World Title. This replaced the Eastern Championship Wrestling title, and when it became Extreme Championship Wrestling. So this is my number 5, and I'm going to let him show his number 5.
So mine's an ECW belt too.
This is actually the one that replaced the one that I just showed.
Yeah, I just thought it had like a more of a grungy style. Like I just thought it was cool, better color aesthetic.
All right. My next one is the Big Eagle. It's the one that replaced the Winged Eagle as the WWF World Heavyweight title, and I'm gonna let him show his next. This was my number 4.
This was my number 4.
This is the Winged Eagle. The belt that I had was the one that was the one that replaced this one. This is one of the most iconic belts that you'll find. If you see a top 10 wrestling belt list that doesn't have this on it somewhere, I don't know what kind of wrestling they're watching.
Yeah.
All right. So my next belt is the WCW World Heavyweight title. This is the one they used for a time when Ric Flair had took out the big gold belt, took it to WWF, and they used this belt until they got it back. And the big gold went through a couple of different names, and they done a reunification of it, and then this title belt went away. I've always thought it was a cool design, and it's the only world title belt that actually ever carried the WCW logo, because the big gold never had a logo. All right, here's number 3.
Is the TNA World Heavyweight Wrestling belt, champion belt. I don't know, there's something about the Eagles in the design that kind of like, it wasn't the top of the list, but it was definitely there. That style.
Yeah, this is the one that debuted after they took out the NWA World title, the Dome Globe. It replaced it in TNA when TNA broke away from the NWA. People like Sting, Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, all those guys carried this belt. And again, this is one of the top designs to me too. So we're gonna go with my number 2, the Smoking Skull belt, which is the Stone Cold Steve Austin custom belt. I've always thought this was a real cool design. I love skulls and stuff like that anyway, so this right here just kind of put it all together in a belt to me. But his number 2 is the Big Gold, which this is actually the original version of it, what they call the concept version of it with the NWA logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the NWA concept belt, or the Crumrine concept belt. So what is it that draws you to this one?
This one is like, not only do we have it in the, or we had it in the middle, But it's the interior design and as it like curves and the curvature in it. That's kind of what pulled me to that was how it flowed so well.
So basically, you like the filigree.
Yeah, the filigree.
Yeah. This is one of those that, to me, where a lot of them say world championship belt, this one just kind of like screamed it at you.
Yeah.
Without really having to scream. It was just like you could look at that belt and say, that's a belt like a champion should have.
Yeah.
Where the newer ones, they're all right, but they're not.
They're nothing fancy.
Yeah. And like I said in another video, the new WWE World Title that they got is kind of a remake of this belt, is just a pale imitation of it to me. But my number one is going to be the NWA Dome Globe title. This belt was used for years, and then it was replaced by the Big Gold. And then the NWA turned into WCW, and then WCW completely broke away from the NWA. The NWA went away for a while, and they didn't have a world champion. And then they brought this title back. Shane Douglas and ECW won it, and then threw it down. And then it went to pretty much like a indie promotion. And this belt is still the belt that the NWA is using today. So this is my number one. So we're going to look at his number one.
I should probably state before I show this that I did have first picks of all the belts. It's so simple and I love it. It's like every time I walk in here, that belt's like one that definitely sticks out to me. Because it's that one and the NWA National Heavyweight Wrestling Champion belt. Those two belts, there's just something about them that have always like popped to me.
And for those that may not know, they're basically the same design belt.
Yeah.
The center plate is exactly the same, other than one says national and one says world.
Yeah, and then the only difference really between the side plates is a trim and around the corners.
Yeah, little odds and ends stuff, but if you like belts, you like hearing about belts, just check us out at DIY Wrestling Belts 101. Let us know what you think. Let us know if there's any belts you want to see. Any belts you want to see made.
Yeah, comment your top 5.
Yeah, let us know what your top 5 favorite belts are. And we may see about taking some of the comment top 5s and showing them if we've got them made. And we just want to say thank you and God bless.